Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's up, guys? We are here with Sean Dwyer. Dwyer. See, I don't know. I saw that and I thought there was an O there. I don't know why. But Sean Dwyer from Husqvarna, and this is a really cool opportunity that we're having today. Sit down and talk today. I'm really appreciative for you sitting down with me. Husqvarna is a product that I feel like we were chatting the other day. I don't remember who it was with, but I feel like really, when you think Husqvarna, you think of residential grade mower most of the time. It's what it's been in the past, but that's not where we want to go in the future, right? I mean, he said that looking for 2023 is we really want to get into that commercial space, and I think that commercial mowers are made pretty purely from Husqvarna. I think they're made pretty well. So tell us a little bit about what you do here at Husqvarna, and then how we can get into the commercial space with these mowers and help people out.
Cool. Well, let me ground you a little bit first off, because from the Husqvarna side, the one thing I always like to tell people is, Husqvarna's been around for 333 years.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
It is one of the longest continually running companies in existence. It's been
really?
around a very, very long time. Started building rifles and things like that, and actually is very, very well known in the professional landscape and in the handheld, particularly chainsaws, stuff like that.
And that's how I know Husqvarna's chainsaw.
Normally, if you ask people, do you know Husqvarna, you always hear, great chainsaw, great motorcycle, or great sewing machine. I mean, that's typically what you'll get.
Yeah.
But we've been around a very, very long time, very premium product, of course. And in the commercial landscape, we've been in commercial landscape product going on 20 years now.
Yeah.
So a very long time. The important thing, I think, when you're, as a new landscaper, you're trying to get into the business type of thing, what I try to tell people is always buy as much of a product as you can afford.
Yes.
Because if you're buying low, you're gonna kill yourself with repair costs and failures and that type of stuff. And time is money when you're cutting grass, right?
Yep, absolutely. That's what keeps your business running. Downtime is bad time.
And you got that. I like that saying. I should get a tattoo of that. But when in our commercial series, you get up in the 500 class product. The stuff's built. It's a 3,000-hour design life, and it's Kawasaki powered and Hydro Gear drive systems. The stuff is built to last a long, long time.
Yeah.
Cutting decks are some of the best cutting decks in the industry and most durable in the industry. So it's you really are going to get the most bang for your buck. Sometimes there's a bit of sticker shock out there. But another big advantage on the Husqvarna side is because we have wheeled product and handheld product and some pretty aggressive purchasing deals and lease plans and that type of stuff, you can buy all of it at once.
Yeah, Husqvarna does a lot of bundles, right? I've seen a lot of that.
A lot of bundle stuff.
That's a great entry level, I feel like.
It's a perfect opportunity to get it all at the same time, not to mention one guy to deal with, one dealer.
Yep.
That type of stuff. Yeah. So, why not get into the Husqvarna side and get everything at one crack.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So where are we looking 2022, 2023 moving forward? We know battery-powered is a big thing. Battery-powered mowers are obviously coming out left and right. I know y'all have a GPS-operated mower. We're sitting here. I'm watching this thing as we're recording this one that you map it out and it mows itself. So what is the future looking like commercially for Husqvarna, for the guys that, like we said, it's an entry-level, it's a really good entry-level product. Not to say it's not a good product overall. You can use it all the time in your business, but getting into it is really something I feel like a lot of new guys, Husqvarna could be a good route for them. So
absolutely.
How are we looking, how is Husqvarna looking to grow the commercial side and really make those products where not only are you entering the industry with them, but you're staying with them for the life of your business?
Right now, of course, we've got a full range of commercial zero turns all the way up to 72-inch power. This year we're launching a 38.5 horsepower 60-inch version, so that's amazing power. So we're pretty covered there. You'll start seeing some gravitation towards battery because everybody's starting to get their minds around the whole battery thing now, and it brings with it a certain level of challenges.
Yeah, it does.
But a certain level of opportunity as time goes by. And then, as you mentioned, the unit outside, we are looking at some semi-autonomous product.
Yep.
Semi-autonomous meaning you can use the product like it is normally designed, but if the opportunity arose that you could cut something autonomously, you could map the area, hit a button, and it'll go cut it.
Yeah, which is crazy to me. I think it's really cool that you're not just saying this mower can only run like on its own, but you can. If I cut a baseball field, I can just let it mow while I weed eat it or something.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy.
And then if you had to use it on a couple residential properties that you couldn't do autonomous, just go cut it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it gives you the best of both worlds. Petrol right now, petrol's not going away anytime soon.
No.
Battery's going to be around, but I mean, petrol's
we
going to be
saw yesterday, battery has its flaws. So.
Well, no comment.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that you'll see expansion a certain amount on the autonomous stuff. You'll see expansion on battery. Anything that can maximize efficiency.
Yeah.
That's key to that. For example, is you start seeing more big horsepower stuff, right?
Yeah.
You see more big deck stuff. Because as the manpower decreases, you can't get people to work. You got to make the people that are working more efficient,
more valuable. Yeah.
So I mean, you'll see a lot of that type of stuff, I think.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. So, what does somebody need to do to get in touch with maybe getting into the industry? Like I said, looking at one of those bundle products. Well, let's hit on that real fast. If maybe they don't know about a bundle product, what is that? I know we said we can buy everything, but how do they go about doing that?
We have over 2,500 dealers across the country.
Yeah.
Go to your local Husqvarna dealership. They will essentially with that bundle plan, and it changes during the year, different programs and whatnot. But there's always some kind of option where you can buy a wheeled piece of equipment, handheld piece of equipment, and all of the product that you're buying at that one time create a point system, if you will. Once you get to a certain level of points, that allows you to buy it at a discount, and then that discount carries on for the balance of the year.
Wow, cool.
So it's again, it gives you an opportunity to get it all at once, get one payment, one great discount value, and then be with Husqvarna brand and one dealership to deal with.
For sure, buddy. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share about the commercial side of the mowers? I mean, I know that's just your specialty, so I don't want to leave anything out.
I love product.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we're known for cutting decks. Cutting performance on the 400 and 500 class is probably the best out there. I can say that. Somebody's got to prove me wrong. But it's.
I can attest to that. I hopped on one of those yesterday. I was out in the demo yard, and I was like, I want to get, because I knew we were doing this interview. I said, I want to go hop on one of these Husqvarnas. I want to see what it's really made of, and it felt good. I mean, it felt really good. I looked it over, and I was like, this is a pretty impressive machine. Yeah.
I mean, it's we're all about cut quality and cut performance, and then we test incredibly well on the commercial stuff. We test almost to a fault how much we test that product. So it's very durable, very well built product, and that's what you need in commercial operation.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of that. I don't want a new product coming to market that hasn't been tested. I want to know it's time tested. That when I spend however much money on a mower, I want it to go to work for me and not a bunch of downtime. So,
and of course, don't forget, we've been around 333 years.
Yeah, yeah.
We ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
You can depend on the brand. We're going to be here, and we're going to keep evolving. And as you can see with robotics and autonomous and all this type of stuff, we just keep on moving ahead.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, I appreciate your time today. I think we're going to actually chat some battery handheld equipment now.
You talk to Jack; he'll fill you in on how great that stuff is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because that's a whole thing that I'm really. I don't know how that's going to go moving forward. I'm honestly more intrigued by battery-powered mowers than I am the handheld equipment. So I'm interested to see about this and see what
I can tell you, handheld is going to make that shift far quicker than wheeled will.
Really?
It's a phenomenal product, lightweight, simple to operate. It's wonderful stuff, and Jack will fill you in on it. Awesome.
Well, let's get in touch with Jack and have a good rest of the interview. Thanks for meeting
buddy.
me today,
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Ready to charge up your business and take it to the next level? Well, plug in and join us for Lawntrepreneur Academy Live 2022. Don't miss this electrifying opportunity to hear from our top industry professionals. Get powered up in this high-energy atmosphere, learning trade industry knowledge and ways to level up your thinking. This high-energy teaching and networking event is full of motivational information, giveaways, and trade industry secrets. Take charge and register now for the industry's largest training event of the year, Lawntrepreneur Academy Live 2022.
all around, it's just a great experience.
I didn't realize how important that LAL is.
You get more than you spend at for a 4-year degree.
Man, I can't wait. This has been a great event, and I will definitely be back next year.
Take charge and register now. Entrepreneur Academy Live is Saturday, November 12th in Novi, Michigan.
And we're going to get a little bit more detail. I want to help you guys grow larger companies, more crews, more profitable businesses, a little bit more X's and O's.
And the link to register is in the podcast description.
What's up, guys? So we're here still at the Husqvarna booth with Jack Easterly with Husqvarna. He is the battery handheld equipment guy. He's the professional from what I understand. So, Jack, what I really want to do is tell our listeners about how far has battery-powered handheld equipment come, and like what is the future moving forward? Because I feel like the common question is, it's going to run out of battery. Like there's not enough time. Do they have good heads on them? Do they have professional-grade heads on them? Am I going to have to replace the string every 5 minutes? So what is Husqvarna offering in that handheld equipment world?
Yeah, so it's come a long way. I mean, if the past 5 years, battery-powered equipment started to kind of show itself in the professional space. Very popular, obviously, in the residential world. But in the pro space, there's been a doubt. The range anxiety is a big deal.
Yeah.
Of course, battery life, battery times. But not only that, but performance as well.
Yep.
Power, is it just as powerful as my gas powered stuff? It's come a long way. I think all of our equipment meets or exceeds all of its gas powered equivalency. But
really,
what you also said, I think the big thing right now is charging systems.
Mm-hmm.
As you look at a landscape crew, you may have 6 pieces of handheld tools, maybe a couple string trimmers, hedge trimmers, a few backpack blowers, maybe a chainsaw. But what you're going to spend the money on is really the batteries.
Yeah.
80% of that might be just in batteries and chargers alone for a crew, because pros are using so much more energy than a residential customer. So I think paying attention to the batteries of each of these the manufacturers out there is a really important thing to do.
Yeah. What is Husqvarna offering battery-wise that would really entice the pro? I mean, and how long is our run times? Are we going to have to charge them multiple times a day? What does that look like?
Yeah, so you really, for run times, power, and weight, you really we have to balance those, effectively for professionals. Run times right now on a string trimmer with 095 line, I mean, you can get 55 minutes out of our BLI 300 battery.
Yeah.
I do think our batteries are a lot larger and much more energy dense. If you look at the weight to watt hours, again, knowing what to learn about, what to look at in batteries is also very important. You don't want to look at just voltage and amp hours. You got to look at the watt hours, which is the nominal voltage times the amp hours, and that's basically the equivalent of your fluid ounce in the gas world.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at, what's the fuel tank size? It's 22 fluid ounces. The industry's going to shift, and it already is. To someone asking how many watt hours is that battery?
Yeah.
Because that's what you have to know. And most manufacturers, you can just read it, right on the battery. So if I pick one of these up, you can see what are these? For example, the BLI 300 is 337.
Okay.
Our big backpack battery is 1,120 watt hours.
Wow.
So yeah, I think the industry's going to shift, and even just the vocabulary of how people talk about this stuff. We're starting to see that here actually at this show. Everyone seems pretty knowledgeable about this stuff.
Really?
Even just 4 or 5 years ago, nobody was like, "What's this? How many volts is it?" And it's like, "Well, that's the wrong thing to ask."
Yeah, that's the wrong question. Exactly. You got to ask the right questions. If you listen to Wednesday's show, then you understand you got to ask the right questions with the right people when you're having those conversations. So my next question is, what is the future of the battery? Is there room for growth? Is there room for improvement? Because let's be honest, 55 minutes, that's good, but we're still in the beginning years. Like I think battery has a long way to go. I mean, I could be trimming 8 hours a day. And I know, obviously, you can have multiple batteries. You switch them out, you charge them. But where is the improvement going to be moving forward? Is there room to improve to get to 2 hours runtime, things like that moving forward in years to come, obviously?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. There isn't I'd say a pivotal technology on the horizon that we see.
Okay.
Lithium ion, lithium polymer, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You're pretty much around the same power density and run times and performance and things like that. But tool design is an important thing. You can see on our tools we have what's called a pass-through battery design.
Yeah.
So we're not limited by the depth of how far a battery can go in the tool, for example. We can really make the battery as large as we want. But again, you're going to sacrifice weight at that point.
Yeah.
So then it becomes how much is someone willing to
carry
in their hands all day, right? We do have some things on the horizon that are can provide that hour and a half, up to 2 hour for some of the handheld tools.
And when you say that, you're saying like that's continuous runtime.
Yeah, that's
like pulling the trigger. You're
pulling
running
the trigger, and your string is hitting grass. Or
okay,
you may
so see that makes a difference. I feel like that's something that should be explained. Not you. I'm just saying in general. When you say 55 hours runtime, you're not saying like it's plugged in and you're just like walking around feathering it. Like you're hammering it hard.
Yeah, that's another important thing if you're talking about beginners or whoever just now getting into battery stuff is looking at the operators and how they use things. We've witnessed operators carrying if they're doing an HOA and they're doing 100 homes or so, they're going to be carrying the trimmer across the driveway and they're just holding the throttle
because they're used to that gas power.
Used to that, right?
Yep.
That's just wasting battery life.
Yeah.
Another thing is we know we make these nice fancy guards on our string trimmers, but we know people take them off.
Oh yeah.
We don't recommend that. They're designed to keep the line at a certain length, of course, and protect things from being flown. Right. Really helps protect two-stroke engines, but on battery, taking that guard off or avoiding that, running that longer line, it is going to eat into your battery life. So, the run times that we post are based on having that guard on and keeping that line at the true cutting width that it's made to. But yeah, back to the operator side. I mean, knowing how to use battery, not feathering the throttle. People are always
sitting there
revving it, doing the thing.
I know how it goes. I have a lawn maintenance company, so I know how it is. They do it all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. So what is I feel like we've talked mainly trimmers. What is like the have y'all gone into to battery powered chainsaws?
Yes.
Okay. What is that? Because I know Husqvarna, we were talking earlier with Sean, like Husqvarna, that's what I know Husqvarna as is chainsaws.
Absolutely.
So is that world taking off just as good as this stuff, or is it better?
100%. I think our top handle arborist saw the T540 IXP.
Yeah.
That's been very, very successful. I just think the value that that type of tool adds in battery over gas is monumental. Again, not having to start inside of a tree, up in a tree aloft. You don't have fumes in your face as you're using a top handle saw and many different.
You don't have to get
angles.
burned by the muffler.
Yeah, some people like it in the cold though.
That's right. You put your hands next to it. Yep.
But the top handle saws, those have really, really taken off.
Yeah.
And those, again, we've been making different versions of those for the past 5-6 years.
Cool.
And really, I think we're the best in the industry by far in the battery chainsaw space. And the battery handheld space for GSP. Yeah. Or for professionals.
Yeah, for professionals,
Yep.
That's awesome, man. Well, is there anything I'm missing that you wanted to share about the battery stuff? I mean, I know you're the professional, so I'm honestly not that well educated on battery. That's why I want to have this conversation.
Yeah.
So is there anything that I haven't asked that you want to share?
No, I think that the charging solution side, we didn't really talk about much about that.
Yeah,
but
that's a big thing.
You have to think about that.
Charge
especially,
time.
We see a certain level that, if customers get past 1 to 2 crews, they can generally charge whatever, batteries they have on their existing infrastructure. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, there needs to be some serious thought into what kind of trucks and trailers you drive, maybe switch to enclosed, maybe investing if you own your property. Again, we know a lot of people lease their commercial sites, investing in the electrical infrastructure to be able to charge all that power.
What does it look like? What kind of device or charging system do you have to charge? Maybe you just have just one lineup of 2 weed eaters, 2 blowers, a chainsaw, whatever, of battery stuff. How does that charging system look? Is it a big investment to get something that can charge all that? Can you just plug it into an outlet? How does that work?
Yeah, it depends on what your service is.
Yeah.
Where you are, what's your real estate really, if it's Class C, wherever you're, what amperage you're able to support. But multi-battery chargers, if you haven't seen already in the show, have become very popular.
Yeah.
Something that's really efficient. Something that's you can easily take to what you have and not have to pay for an example, an electrician to come out and add stuff, because that costs thousands of dollars.
Thousands,
yeah. But there's many ways to complete it, and every job site's different. Mm-hmm. Every landscape company's different. But the charging, I think, the way that charging is solved will really make the industry shift.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's when you get runtime and charge time figured out. I think that's going to be the biggest shift when you'll see is when you get that. You get both of you get the runtime increase and the charge time decrease.
Yeah, I think everyone solved the power/performance side. Everyone's like, okay, this stuff
does the job.
Does the job. Yeah.
Yep. Now we have to improve those 2 areas moving forward. Yeah. Well, that's really cool, man. I appreciate your time today. If there's nothing else, where can everybody? I didn't get this from Sean. Where can everybody go to find Husqvarna dealers near them and kind of get in touch with Husqvarna?
So it's as easy as just going to Husqvarna.com. We have a really easy-to-use dealer locator. You can do it on your phone or on a website.
Yeah.
It's just a map. Type in your city, zip code, whatever, just like anything else.
Yeah.
And you can find your closest dealer. You can see what kind of level dealer, if they're a crown level dealer, servicing dealer, and get that. Also, our website has all of our most up-to-date products. For example, the new 525i Pro battery line that's starting to ship in March 1st of 2023. pretty much see everything, and we keep everything up to date as we can. So,
awesome, man. Well, I appreciate your time today. Look forward to seeing what Battery Power has to hold in the future.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed that interview with Husqvarna there. We didn't do our normal intro like we normally do, but I just wanted to hop straight into the interview and really keep it raw and fresh there on the showroom floor of Equip Expo. It was a really, really fun trip. We're probably going to do a debrief episode in the next one, probably the next episode. So maybe Friday's show will be a full debrief episode from Equip, and then we'll kind of wrap up everything that happened there in that show. Don't want to drag it on too long because I know time-sensitive content, people want to come back and listen and actually affect them 10 years down the road. So anyway, I hope you did enjoy that interview with Husqvarna. This is not sponsored content by any way, shape, or form. This is just a cool conversation that I wanted to have. I was walking by their booth, connected with somebody there who could talk with us there about their marketing and wanted to see about what products they're wanting to talk about and how we could get that message out there to the world with maybe doing a podcast like we just did. And so who knows what's going to come to have in the future. We might work together in the future, but Husqvarna is a cool product that I think is an interesting one. Like I said at the beginning of the interview, at least in the commercial grade field, I typically look at Husqvarna and I think, okay, they're a pretty good brand, but they're more of an entry-level residential grade mower, maybe entry-level commercial, things like that. They're sold at big box store, Lowe's, things like that. But so I didn't ever really know what their quality was like. Well, I wanted to have this interview for that exact reason. I wanted to talk with the guys about their turf equipment and then their battery-powered handheld stuff because apparently they're really good at both. So we had this interviews, and I hope you got some value out of it. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot from it. Their turf equipment, I can really say, is it really stood the test for the demo yard at least. I mean, I only got to be on it for 5 minutes, but I put it to the test as much as you can put it to the test in a demo yard. But ran it really hard, full speed, things like that. I looked over the frame and everything. It looked really solid. The deck looked really, really solid. That's a big thing for me. When you're rowing commercially, you never know. Accidents are going to happen. A pipe could be sticking up out of the field. You could hit a center block or something. There's no telling what you can hit mowing. So deck durability is really huge for me, and it really seemed to pass the test from what I could look at and tell. I would like to get my hands on one in the future and really look into it. But I think there's a really cool market there that they have because it's not a bad thing to say, hey, you're really a residential mower, entry-level commercial grade. I think they could take that and run with it because they can say, hey, we are in an entry-level mower. Our price packages are really, really good. You can get a price package deal for like $12,000, $15,000, something like that, maybe for everything bundled together. Trailer, mower, blower, weed eater, all things like that. Like you could get started up and have all that same brand, all under the same warranty, things like that. And so I think it's a really good option for guys that are starting up, and I think it could be an option that worked for you. I definitely looked this route in the beginning of my business. I went to a couple dealers that had those package deals and looked them over. They seem to be pretty good. Like I said, we didn't end up doing it. I just decided to go a different route. I've been with Deere from day one just because that's what we ran in the business that I was working for before. In this business, before I owned it, we had always ran Deere. So that's just what I had gotten known, and we went from there. So I don't know. The whole reason for that interview was, like I said, it was just one that interested me. I think they have some cool things coming in the future with the battery handheld equipment. That's something that I think they're going to be doing some cool things in the next year or two to help with the charging. If you get that charge time down and the run time higher, battery-powered equipment could be here to stay because the biggest thing, like you said, the power is here. And I think everybody agrees with that at this point is the power is there, but we got to figure out how to keep it running longer. And when you do have to charge it, it doesn't have to charge as fast. Because don't quote me on this, but I heard from the down the tree here that Kawasaki was coming out with some weed eaters that took 8 minutes to charge them from start to finish. They were from dead battery to full battery. It took them 8 minutes. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That was just word around the show there. I'd seen somebody talk about it, post on their Instagram. I don't remember who it was. But if that's the case, then they got some steep competition to catch up to. But really cool things with Husqvarna. They were really super, super guys to talk with while we were there in the booth that day at Equip. And just really fun doing an interview with them and getting to hear some more about their products and things moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed the show today. It's a little different than normal, but hey, that's what you get live on the show floor. You never know what you're going to get into. If you missed it, come next year. Like I said, we'll do a full debrief on Friday. But if you don't have your tickets to Launch Marine Academy, I highly, highly encourage you to get those. I will back that from all that I have. I mean, everything that I bought off Entrepreneur Academy has been great resources from Brian. I know he's going to put on a great event at Entrepreneur Academy Live here in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So if you don't have your tickets for that, sign up. Hotels are booked. I mean, they're on their third hotel, I think, for room blocks. So get in while you can. And we look forward to seeing everybody there. So without any further ado, that is going to wrap this one up, I think. And we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.